Good morning. Hi. Happy Tuesday. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Today, I want to take a moment to respond two different people. So I have one of my good friends that I grew up gaming with. And when I say grow up, I mean like from 20 to 25, that kind of grow up. So one of my friends, Cullen, he just started streaming on Twitch recently. And I mean, he's been a god of a gamer for so long. Anytime we would play together, he would always come after me. And I could never do anything to defend myself because he was always so good. But he taught me a lot about gaming, FPSs and positioning, stuff like that. Running with him, I always learned a lot. So he started streaming recently. And also, I had somebody in Discord ask us for some advice on behalf of their friend. And also, we're using the new microphone today. So I hope it sounds good. It's the Deity D3 V-Mic Pro. So oh my god, it's so much better than having this other microphone out of my face when I do these videos. Holy shit. Okay, so first let me tackle the message from the person who's asking on behalf of their friend. My friend from UK posted earlier today in his Discord that his viewers are only 2 in the daytime after 4 years of streaming, and that should be higher by this amount of years. Should be. So he's going to try late evening streams, GMT, for a month. If that doesn't work for him, he's going to stop streaming. He usually streams Valorant, GTA Roleplay on 5M, and Euro Truck Simulator 2, but he gets rather irritated and annoyed, and I don't blame him. I would as well be annoyed. He's the same type as me, doesn't use Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok for announcements. Only his Discord. So while a short paragraph, there actually is a lot to tackle here. And me being Knackers, your favorite plateaued streamer here on the platform, regardless of my plateaued viewership, I do have some advice, some guidance that I can give you that I've accumulated over the years, both from trying to take things internally to myself and also, just things that I've learned from other people. And then on the other hand, we have my friend Cullen, who he just started streaming, I want to say within the past couple months. I don't know for sure. I just recently found him streaming in the past couple months. So we'll start there. So to unpack this particular person's predicament, streaming and social media go hand in hand. Go anywhere. Go to any successful streamer and ask the question, what is like an absolute must-have when it comes to streaming these days? One of them is, some are going to say a mic. Sure, yeah, great. And some are going to say a camera. There's going to be some differing opinions on that as well. But at some point, somebody's going to say, you got to have social media. You got to have a Twitter and Instagram. If you're feeling spicy, you got to have a TikTok. YouTube, almost an absolute must. You can't not have social media. And at this point in the game, here in August 2020, social media is a part of the game. It is non-negotiable. There is absolutely no way, and when I say no way, I mean 99.9% chance that you will never get anywhere if you do not utilize those platforms. And it's not because what you're doing is not good enough to grow without the organics of social media. It's that you are playing the game of attention. You are playing the game of give yourself as many chances to succeed as possible. And this is why when people say, like, you need to have good mic quality. You need to have a camera. You need to have certain, maybe a starting screen or maybe social media on a BRX Max screen. There are all of these little things in streaming that you do that add up to you having a better chance at success. So what is the number one thing that a brand new streamer is going to struggle with when they first start? Being seen. That is like the biggest hump to get over when you have started streaming. It's not, trying to make the best content out there. It's not trying to get the best audio, the best video. As far as a viewer is concerned, if they enjoy you as a person, they will put up with a lot. of shit. They will put up with a lot of low quality shit. Little less tolerant when it comes to audio. But as far as video and scenes and like structure of a show, storytelling, those can be an all-time low at the beginning if they enjoy you as a person. However, it's a little bit subjective, but at the same time it's not, because this is something that has just been proven over a really long time. So kind of lost my train of thought there for a hot second. Wow, that's real sad. I'm gonna take another sip of water and just hope it comes back to me in the next 5 seconds. It didn't. Oh my god. Audio, talk about audio, what they'll tolerate. Oh. Giving your, I got it. It's come back to me now. Giving yourself the most chance of success. So not having a camera takes a little bit away from that. Having really bad audio takes a little bit away from your chance. Having really bad video takes a little away. Twitch is not doing anything for you as a creator to benefit you as far as getting discovered. Discoverability is super, super tiny. The most chance that you have while streaming, your chance of being seen is at its lowest when you're live. If you're not putting any time into other social media platforms when you're not live, there's no way for you to be seen. So that means that your chance of being seen when you're live is this small. And if all of you're doing is being live, this is your only chance of being seen. There's no way for anybody to look for offline content. Nobody is searching Twitch for VODs to watch, right? Nobody's going to Twitch and going, oh man, what offline pre-recorded content can I indulge in today with a chat that was there 24 hours ago? I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there that does that, but for the most part, it just doesn't exist. So this particular person is asking, and Cullen too, they've hit affiliate, most likely. They've had the viewers for some time. This particular person has been streaming for 4 years, and my friend has been streaming for probably a couple months at this point. It's really hard for me to give personal, contextualized advice to this person because I don't know what they've streamed for 4 years. I don't know what time slot. I don't know what kind of work they've put in outside of streaming. I've said it before, and I'm not the only person that's saying it, and we will all say it together in tandem. You will not get anywhere just playing video games on Twitch. If your plan is to just turn on your stream for 6 to 8 hours a day, and miraculously grow into not even the next Ninja or the next Dr. Disrespect, if you just want to grow into like the next like Devin Nash, or if you want to grow into the next Admiral Baru or Moon, right? Those are streamers that are not quite, I don't want to start grading streamers, but anywhere between like the 1,000 to 2,000 viewer mark, which is, I would say that's probably A tier or S tier. It's up there. It's so unlikely. It's not that it can't happen, but again, when you're playing this game of streaming on Twitch, you're playing the game of grab as many things out of the air to add to your little pot of chance of success. You're gonna carry this little pot around with you, and as you go, you're just gonna grab little things. And sometimes those things that you grab, after a while, they get stale, they spoil, they change. The things that you put in your pot 2 years ago maybe weren't such a big thing. One of the craziest things that I never thought I would see was the day where more people preferred to not be thanked for their follow rather than be thanked for their follow. Like they would, if they follow a channel, they would rather not see the name not be acknowledged at all. That's actually the majority of people nowadays. Never thought, especially as a streamer coming up, you want to give attention and thanks to every single person that gives you the slightest bit of effort in supporting you. So it's weird. So it's a constant game of also paying attention to the things that are going bad and swapping them out. That in itself is exhausting. And that's probably something that a lot of people don't have, I don't want to say the mental capacity to consume, but maybe the bandwidth. Always paying attention to what is the newest and the latest and the greatest and the most up to date, the most modern when it comes to streaming. That is a job in itself. Just having to be on Twitter and consuming the 60% of shit to get to the 20% air, to get to the 20% of gold. It's really exhausting. And a lot of people go like, oh, fuck Twitter. Fuck Facebook. I don't care about any of those social media platforms. It's part of the game. You have to care. If you have a plan to grow whatsoever, you have to care. You have to engage people on those platforms. You have to indulge an audience. You have to create content for an audience. You have to fight for attention. If you are in the shadows and the darkest corridor of the internet, people forget. And it's not because they forget because you're insignificant. It's because you are not at the forefront of their mind. You have no reason to be remembered because you are just doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. And that's going to be one of the most painful pieces of advice that I've had to say out loud to myself. What am I doing that's different from anybody else? What reason am I giving anyone to come into my stream? I just realized that there are screws on my glass on my case that are not screwed in all the way. I just didn't screw them in. Anyways. What are you doing that's different? What are you doing that is attracting people? You're not going to grow just playing video games on Twitch. That is the reality of the situation right now. Now, there's a whole nother side of this. And this is so eloquently outlined by my homie Sonder. So let me give you a couple different perspectives on advice. Some people who have streamed and quit, some people who stream every once in a while just for the fun of it, and then somebody who just started streaming recently. If he's really concerned about growth, he can choose a popular game to play for a while. Many streamers choose big game releases, and it works for them. It's really only a thing big streamers can do. He can, for instance, go into a game that he knows other big streamers are playing, only temporarily. That will leave a gap when they move on, which is good advice. Being strategic with your game and your time slot. The viewers who are watching that streamer for that content will look for other streamer playing the same content. I definitely recommend doing a lot of research on this one before committing, or else it would be a waste of time. Now, the one thing that I want to highlight that Tinkerer said in Discord is that, yes, the people who are watching Summit 1G probably aren't going to be fit for watching you based on personality, comedy, so many other factors. However, just being in the category where other streamers are playing and then being available when those streamers quit, you are giving yourself a better chance of being seen. Even if 10 or 15 people filter into your stream for 10 to 15 minutes, don't say anything, and then leave, that's 10 or 15 minutes that you are bumped up on that directory. The amount of people that are in the 0 to 1 viewer mark compared to the people that are in the 10 to the 50 viewer mark, if you can find a way to get bumped up to that category, gives you a better chance of being seen. Now, if your content is still donkey penis at that time, it's not going to matter. So there's some things that come with longevity. You learn things as you go, you gain knowledge and wisdom, and you can prove yourself as a streamer. So advice from somebody who has streamed on Twitch, streams every once in a while, does it strictly for fun, has no desire or expectations of growing. It's better to grow organically rather than trying to force yourself into somewhere you don't belong. While you mentioned what you mentioned is true, I think it's best to figure yourself out as a streamer rather than tracing the dream to make it. If you're getting into streaming with hopes of making it full time, you're already doing it wrong. Now that is correct. It's hard for me to say you can only stream for fun. Don't stream with trying to grow, because hi, my name's Knacker, I've been streaming for 7 years. I'm actively trying to grow. I am trying to make this a sizable hobby in my life, a sizable, profitable hobby. It's a passion. I love it. Do I want it to be a full-time job? Absolutely not. I got a full-time job. It's got Blue Cross insurance and dental and vision. I like all that stuff. But I also love this stuff. I love creating content. I love interacting with online communities. I love video games. I love podcasts. this is what I want to do with my time. I don't think it is beneficial to tell anybody don't stream with the plan to grow, because at a certain point, if you're not growing, you're going to get discouraged, because then you feel like you're wasting your time. In my opinion, it's okay to stream with the desire to want to grow something, to want to, not to get famous, but to build something substantial. There's a little bit of fulfillment that comes along with that. So I definitely take a piece from Saunders' message here, because it is important. If you're just trying to play Fortnite for 12 hours a day, you're going to have a bad time. And then here is the last piece of advice from one of my homies, also one of my mods, Salty Sam, somebody who streamed on and off for a long time, and then ended up quitting. Hate playing Devil's Advocate, which I don't know why you hate that. I love Devil's Advocate. I always love hearing the other side. Let me preface this by saying I streamed on and off for years, and I finally came to the terms with the fact that it wasn't for me, and I stopped and just dove into other people's communities and found I enjoyed that way more than going for it myself. I mean, I've been in this Discord since its inception and a couple places around the community for years prior, so I can't really help but try it out myself, and I didn't want to commit the time and resources to do it, so I quit. I haven't really thought about doing it again besides the occasional podcast or charity event, just saying it's not for everyone. And that's a very good point as well. When I look at myself and I say, yeah, I've plateaued around average of anywhere in between 20 and 40 viewers, and I've been streaming for 7 years. There's probably a lot of people that would look at me and go, you should quit. And yeah, I've thought of that a lot. Like yesterday too, but I'm still loving it. I'm still having fun. I'm still finding reasons to do it every day. And until those candles are extinguished, those flames, I should say, are extinguished, I'm going to keep doing it. How do you feel? Do you feel after 4 years of streaming to 2 to 3 viewers that you still find reasons to do it every day? Or are you still just doing it every day in the hopes that you're going to get seen and you're going to blow up and it's going to be great? The most cliche thing I can tell you is that the viewers and the money won't matter after the fact. If you don't find love in what you're doing beforehand, it's still going to be rough. You're going to have a rough time. And Jesus, sorry, I just went for a run, so I'm so dehydrated. I'm up there sweating my balls off. So that's kind of just giving lukewarm water. The fact that you can't drink cold water when you first wake up is bullshit. The fact that it makes your stomach hurt from drinking ice cold water. I want ice cold water. I want my lungs frozen by this H2O, and it hurts my stomach. I have to drink lukewarm water. Degrasio. Is it Degrassi? Instead of Anywho, what can you do? So I know I've kind of voiced a lot of this advice over to this one particular person and not so much Cullen. Cullen, this message is also for you. What you can do is put it into your mind that social media and other content platforms should also be your focus. Back a couple years ago, the advice was stream as much as you can, as long as you can. Give yourself the most chance of being seen. Now that discovery on the platform is at an all-time low, you need to find yourself putting time into other platforms as well. Twitter, must have. Instagram, pretty freaking important. YouTube, must have. The pre-recorded, contextualized, trimmed content for YouTube is going to come in handy. And this is just to give you a little bit of insight. I had a different YouTube channel called Geekmatic TV where I just did tech tutorials that were not related to streaming. I had one that was related to streaming. I made 5 videos. And over the course of a couple years, that channel, without any attention, racked up, I would say I'm close to 80 or 90,000 views on those videos and 600 subscribers with 5 videos over the course of years and years and years and years. Just residual views and subscribers that have come in. My primary YouTube channel that I've been focusing on for the past 5 years, doing gaming content, which has been pretty lame. I was up to 200 subscribers. This is hundreds of videos and probably less than 5,000 views total, right? So, secondary channel, 5 videos of well-produced, contextual, not regurgitated, like content that can be consumed over and over again. 600 subscribers, 80,000 views. My primary YouTube channel, hundreds of videos, hundreds of edited content too. Okay quality, 200 subscribers, less than 5,000 views. So it goes to show you that if you put out the right content on the right platform, it can be a little bit easier, which is why I've sort of segued my YouTube into A, creating content that I enjoy, B, creating content that has like rewatchability, tech tutorials, podcasts, advice stuff, and 3, did I already say it's shit that I enjoy? Yeah. I love gaming content. I love creating content. I love editing gaming videos, but it's not what does well on YouTube. There's no rewatchability for that kind of stuff. It's kind of like you see it, you watch it, it's funny, on to the next. And if you aren't constantly cranking out like awesome, high quality gaming content on the regular, it's going to be really hard for people to follow, in my opinion. So that's something that you kind of got to keep in mind when it comes to creating content for other platforms. You can't just take a 4-hour stream and export it to YouTube and expect to grow YouTube, right? That isn't the content that is fit for that platform. So there's some more diving into things that you can do, but that's kind of like the general of things. There's obviously some super cliche important ideas that you can follow. Being consistent, always starting at the same time, always ending at the same time, making sure audio and video are always up to snuff. Make sure that you are trying to play games that aren't super oversaturated. You can try and strategize your stream start times. Are you trying to play at times where every big streamer is on? Are you playing in between noon and 4 p.m. on a weekday? You're probably going to have a rough time. I should have probably sat down and gave myself a little bit more time to plan things out, but I very much enjoy these videos being organic, but I also like them being prepared to a certain extent too. And also, I've probably been recording for up to 20 minutes now, which is a good amount of time, but I'm just trying to give insight on things that I've experienced as a streamer and things that I'm even now actively trying to improve. Ever since I pivoted my YouTube channel about 6 months ago into creating different content, I've been focusing on tech tutorials, I've been focused on these talking head videos, doing a little bit of gaming content here and there, and also taking my podcast off of my main YouTube channel because those were 1, 2, 3 hour podcasts that were destroying my analytics. Move those over to a different YouTube channel. I've gained 100 subscribers focusing on a different type of contextual content on YouTube, instead of the 200 subscribers that took 5 years to build, doing the same old gaming content that everybody else was doing. So that's something that you're gonna have to keep in the back of your mind, whoever is listening to this. Am I just getting on Twitch and playing video games and then signing off and that's all I'm doing? You're gonna have a really hard time. You gotta get on social media, you gotta create content for other platforms. It's a full-time job. It's a full-time thing trying to come up with original creative content for other platforms. But again, on the other side of this, do it for fun. You can do it like me. You can do it for 5, 6, 7 years and not really grow, but you can learn a shit ton. And then you can keep going, or you can take things that you've learned and apply them in different areas. Streaming isn't going anywhere. There isn't this rat race. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You have so much time to figure all of this stuff out. So don't feel like you have to get it. Enjoy yourself. Go live. Spend time engaging with the people that come into your channel. And don't take yourself too seriously, all right? Don't grind. Don't be streaming for 30, 40, 50 hours a week. Take time outside of streaming. Put time into other platforms, creating other content. Highlight videos, short clips for Twitter, things that can get seen and retweeted and garner impressions and spread organically. Try and consume as much content as you can from experienced people who know what they're talking about. Not me. I have good advice, but it's like I'm the gym teacher of streaming. Those who can't teach gym. It's all right, but you're not going to see me with a fucking ebook anytime soon. So I hope that wasn't too scatterbrained. You know, I hope I was able to give a little bit of value and try to put things into perspective. There's going to be things that you're going to have to do. If you want to grow on Twitch, there's things you're going to have to do that you're not going to like. You're going to have to play times that you don't want to play at. You're going to have to make sacrifices you didn't want to. You're going to have to play games that you don't want to. Did I say that? I don't think I said that. There's a lot. There's a lot of sacrifice, you know, inside and outside of the streaming world. And, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. There's a cat in the window. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. I hope, if anybody who's watching this in the future, I hope I was able to give you a little something to think about. There's so many sides to this coin. It's a fucking dice. It's a die. And sometimes you roll it and you get smiley face. Sometimes you roll it and you get poo poo pee poo. I hope to God the audio was good in this video. Because if it wasn't, I'm going to be pissed. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I think I'm going to go make some decaf coffee and then edit this. And then I'm going to go back to sleep. I'm just kidding, I'm not. But you all have a great day. Thank you for checking out this video. Have a great week. Drink water. Wear a mask, idiots. Okay? See you later.